Ah, God, it's so hot over here. Okay. Prisoner Kench, how does flocking work? Well, I can explain in a second here. So, before the stream, there's a thread on Discord where people can suggest what they would like to draw. Afterwards, 20 of these suggestions in there's alternating methods of how to extract the 20. We go with 20 because that's a max number of emojis you can place on a post. These 20 suggestions are placed in a poll that are voted on with emojis. And the 4 most voted on critters will be then drawn on stream by everyone who wants to join in. Each animal done within 20 minutes. I see many people are busy with Lemuria stuff. Oh, why does it not show? Huh. Weird. Okay, I haven't looked at the poll so far, so I'm completely going in blind what we will do tonight. Let's see what has the most. I think it's 20. No, we have a 33. 3, and that is Paleoloxodon. Woohoo! 17 to 27, which is Paleosaniva, the next Paleo. 26. Ramaleosaurus. And I think 25 after that. I don't think there's a tie. It is a monkey. Utaroa. Oh, so we have an invertebrate as well. Nice. Hi, Golopithecus. Hi, Cheesy Cerato. Hi, Antoriano. Yeah. Antoriano. I think many people are lemuring it tonight. Run from hell. I don't think there wasn't a Paleoloxodon species specified. So I guess we just go with Paleoloxodon anticus, the type species, for which we also have tons of references to work with. Also known as a European forest elephant, although it is it's hard to say. Paleoloxodon, how close it is to like modern day elephants depends on who you ask. Also, this is helpful view from above. Also, skeletal drawing. And yeah, as you can see in the skull image that Rodfar from Hell posted, Paleoxodon can have very splayed out tusks. What was the last thing we did? Stream. Bayanoteuthis, of course. Doop doop doop. There is ideas for another server event. Also, we might take it a little bit slower after Lemuria and maybe have 1 year where we don't have a bigger project, instead have like a few small ones. More similar to what we did in the past, like with like the Paleo Zoo challenge or urban prehistory. Paleoxodon is like among the largest mammals ever. Specifically, certain species of it, like Anticus, is one of the larger ones, but specifically Nomadicus, which is known from India, I think near exclusively, is known as a enormous critter, over 10 tons and stuff. Okay. Bayanoteuthis is a late surviving Eocene belemnite. Like, there is in the moment no other explanation. Which also makes sense. Like, belemnites were quite successful. I think the idea of like a few remnant populations like surviving is not too far-fetched. I should also... There is something interesting with the Paleoxodon muscles. They have neck muscles that wrap around the skull, as you can see in this figure here. Probably to support the giant head, because the species just got so much larger. And like they're anchored above the eyes. That means you would have some interesting stuff going on here on the forehead of the animal. So you can't make it. You cannot really compare it to what you see in modern day elephants. There's a little more going on here. You can also see it in certain reconstructions. Eofauna, the toy company, has some really good representation. You can see it here. How that might have looked. No, I don't know.
Hey.
Hello.
Oh, I just know, like, I'm surprised that, like, it's only me and you right now. I'm like,
Yeah,
normally everyone's here.
yeah. Quiet flocking. I think most people are way too deep into Lemuria.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I think I'm quickly getting something to drink, and then we are jumping into this guy. Starting with the Corpus
Brilliant.
Gideon. Ooh.
Cool.
Oh boy.
I'll get my stuff ready.
Yep. Back in a sec.
Aberrantologist, I dare you to come up here. Oh, wait, you can't. Because you're stuck in ichthyosaur hell. Aberrantologist, you suck. Avery's not going to do anything about it. Avery's not going to save you. Ilo, why did you hurt my feelings? That's what you sound like right now. Oh, boo-hoo. Aberrantologist. Boo-hoo. Actually, it's weird as hell that I'm by myself right now. What the hell? Yeah, I own this place now. Bow down to me. Insanity has begun. You gonna get me? Get me! Get me, Aberrantologist. Get me. I dare you. All you hear are voices. From now on. This madness will keep going. Oh shit. I mean, I have no one else to contradict me right now. I mean, no JW, no nothing. Yes, this is a Dilo dedicated stream. Questions of all sorts. I mean, that's what Josh sounds like, honestly. I can't get it right. I know. Okay. Are we drawing Paleoloxodon or oh, straight up? It's cool. After what? After what? What would I do? What did I didn't do anything, dude. I'm literally by myself. Come on. Come on. Come on. Hey, welcome back.
What happened? Costco says alone for 3 minutes and we go crazy.
No. Come on. It's just people mess with me. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I didn't. Come on.
Aberrantologist, what do
Hi.
you have to say?
Hi, Aberrantologist.
Oh,
Hey, how's Avery doing? Avery's wonderful. I mean, you're a wonderful person.
I wasn't going to come up because I don't really have anything to say about Paleoloxodon, but I might have a few things to say about Dilo.
Oh yeah,
So,
no. I mean, he's a pretty cool person. A little overboard, but you know, that's just him.
just Dilo said some mean things to me. It's made me really sad.
Oh come on. I was just messing with you. Come on, you know my stick. Come on.
No manners.
No.
God damn it.
Oh shit.
But yeah, hello. I'm excited for
Hello.
Romaliosaurus.
Oh, same here.
Yes, Romaleosaurus. The goodest boy. Okay.
What to do?
Grabbing the timer. Okay, come on. There you go.
Eh.
Okay. Let us go. Starting with the beautiful and ginormous Paleoloxodon Anticus. In 1, 2, 3, go.
Go.
Oh wait, no, that was
Go.
stop.
Wait, what happened?
Now go.
Did you forget?
I wasn't on a timer. I was on something else.
It happens. Okay, I think I'm gonna go with Antiquus. Okay. Hey. And this fucker's gonna be so big that I don't think he's gonna fit in my page.
And make him small.
You
Make
don't
him
have
small,
to
just
draw
like
life size.
I mean, make a small elephant, just like that one scene from Despicable Me. Shrank the elephants. Speaking of which, well, not speaking of which, but like, I'm gonna be going to San Diego for a week, and there's a good
Oh.
chance that there's a good chance I'll be going to the San Diego Zoo. They just opened a new
Nice.
elephant exhibit.
Ooh.
Yes, I think they just renovated their old. I mean, it's not really old, but rather like they renovated the African elephant exhibit, and now it's like one of the best of its kind.
Nice.
Yeah.
Trying some stupid perspective for this.
Oh, crazy. Oh, stupid, huh? Oh, this is going to be difficult.
Would be boring if it was all easy.
Mammals, mammals, mammals. Iris, there it is. Fuck it, we're starting over.
Let me actually do it with raised trunk.
Let's see. Sure, I'll just use a baby elephant as a reference, honestly. I don't care. Draw Mus, the animal. It's crazy beasts.
12 minutes.
Incredible. Let me look at that skull again. Okay. question, but like any idea like how long their trunks will have been, or like how developed their trunks will have been?
The trunk should be pretty modern. If there was one or two fingers, hard to tell. We have nothing on that, but I mean, it's possible that modern-day forest elephants are very close relatives of Paleoloxodons. Look at that. I would suggest.
Okay, cool.
Ten minutes.
Oh shit. Hey. Okay, now I'm starting to get the hang of it here. I guess, maybe. I don't know.
We'll see.
Let's see. Ah. Would their tusk would have been like curved or more straight?
They're pretty straight, with slight curvature
Oh, I
to
see.
them. I mean, yeah. Look at the fossils.
Let me see. Okay, it's like slightly more straight. Okay.
Certainly not like mammoths. Okay, I think I'm going with something very simple.
Cool. Full and good.
Seven minutes.
Oh, that's brutal. Oh, this is good. Yeah, I'm gonna have a male Paleoloxodon.
How do you know?
Because I'm gonna like, I don't know, give it the usual dimorphism or something like that. Any idea what their phylogeny is currently?
It's messy. I don't know what the current consensus is. If there is a consensus.
Oh, I see. Because I was gonna ask about like how close are they to like Mammuthus?
Not very close. As said, they might be closest relatives to like modern day forest elephants. So
Oh, interesting.
5 minutes.
Fuck, I'm basically getting the line art correct here.
Something that's all you can do. I'm also quite unsatisfied with this one here. Shouldn't have gone
I mean,
with
we
such a
skipped,
challenging perspective from the start.
I mean, we skipped what's his face flocking last week, right?
Yep.
Well, yeah, that explains the hiccup.
Nah, not really.
Or maybe not.
I also
Might be
did
balling.
plenty of drawing just before stream, working on a Diplodocus stuff, a life-sized one.
Oh, fuck the eyes. Oh, I forgot the eyes.
It needs to see.
Yeah, you can't make an eyeless elephant. Come on.
I mean, you can. It's just
Where would the eyes go? If I was an expert in proboscideans, where would I put the eyes?
you can look at the skull. 3 minutes, 40
Aha.
seconds.
I hate how my eye keeps twitching for some reason. I'm like, dude, I'm trying to draw. Stop twitching.
Eyes can be weird like that. I had that too a few times.
I mean, it might be because, you're just like working digitally all night, I assume.
No, it doesn't need to do with have to do with that. I actually don't know where it could come from, like what the cause was that, but
I mean, is it because like, the overexposure to like technology and stuff?
as I said, I have no idea where it could come from.
I see. Okay. And I made like a Flintstones looking motherfucker.
2 minutes. You know what? Let me try something.
Turn the lights on.
40 minutes. 40 minutes. 40 seconds, I mean.
Oh, you got my hopes up. Oh my god. I'm drawing Triceratops right now.
So. And there we go.
Oh, I hear the timer.
Time to boast.
That's fucked up. That's fucked up. Oh, well, what can you do?
Let me finish the line work here on the trunk.
Oh, what the hell? You're cheating.
Yes.
We do a little cheating.
We do a little cheating. We do a little quick
Readjustments.
touch up. There we go.
Perhaps I should add a little more soft tissue.
Shadow over Lemuria. No, let's save. Just as I finish, I find a reference that would have been really helpful.
Oh, what are you gonna do?
Rewind time and start over again.
We're going back in time to the first Thanksgiving.
To put Paleoloxodon on the menu.
Well, that's one way to say it.
Go extinct, Quaker!
Imagine bringing Paleoloxodon from extinction, only to make it extinct again. Just for funny. Honestly deserved.
I once saw like a little comic where it's like, finally we brought dinosaurs back to life. But what now? We are completely out of funding. And next thing you see is like an ad for like, amazing, for just 5 million, you can be the reason why dinosaurs went extinct.
But they're bringing back like Trophy Hunter or something.
No, you can't just be the guy who kills the first new dinosaur.
Oh.
No, Avi, no.
Avi's not here. Oh.
No, Avi is here.
Who's gonna get? Oh, Avi is here.
Yeah, look in
But Avi can't.
Look in stream materials.
On Spree materials. All right, I'll see the Avi thing. What is the? My head hurts. Oh. Are you talking about in real life or the sketch?
Sketch, of course.
Oh, okay.
I hope so. I mean, look at it. So
Yeah,
no
no,
gain.
I do see it. I do see.
Thank you. I was quite pleased with the Saurosuchus as well. I think some animations had a little bit too. Were a little bit too dynamic for my taste. Like I think like the tail movement could be toned down a little bit, but it's nitpicks. It's tiny nitpicks. I was really impressed with the animations they got for the issue Galastia and stuff. But yeah.
Oh yeah, it looks.
For people not aware, we're
no,
talking about Surviving Earth, episode 2, which is about the Carnian pluvial event.
I mean, I
Wait,
can't tell
Bose?
whether.
Bose Avi? Oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh. My condolences, Avi.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just gonna post a line art, and then I could do some Twitches.
Some twitching.
I mean, some tweaks, not Twitches. What was I thinking?
I don't know.
I mean, my eyes are twitching, but like, and you're streaming on Twitch.
Yes.
Shit. All things lead to Twitch.
It's all going back to Twitch. Wait, where was I tagged? What are they doing in Green Force? That's a horrible fox costume.
I hate the feet, actually. I hate the feet on mines.
Elephant feet do be weird. Sauropods just have the best feet. Especially the front feet
I'd say
of Titanosaurus, where it's just big, scaly flesh mitten. Bargist, Avi, I relate. I relate. Clip watch, CZ Gerato. Anyway, let's have a look what people posted. Starting with Exo. Wait, I was... What the fuck? Exo wants to speak. What?
Oh, what? Hello. Hello.
Have you make it louder? There we go.
I was just talking a little softly, so I'm not sure how loud these headphones are.
Also, like I have a notification on stage. What? Where? In chat? J8. You unfortunately, I will not let you join for now. We don't let people join we don't know yet. That's usually how we do that. We're live on Twitch after all. Anyway, let's have a look what people posted. Starting with Exo, who just joined in. Don't overdraw elephants. That is a shame. They're fun little guys. But also, yeah, but they have bizarre anatomy. Let's just say that. It's a little bit hard to read,
sitting.
but it reminds me of early reconstructions of dinosaurs. I say that in the most neutral way possible.
I'll take that as a compliment because I like early dinosaur reconstructions.
They are funky. Next up, we have the ever productive rodent, the gentlest giant. Very cool. Loves the butterfly here and stuff. I think the trunk could be a little bit longer and a little bit thicker. But yeah, otherwise, really nice. Love how vibrant you made all the colors and stuff. Good shit. And Tapping Turtle, monsters we met, registered trademark. Excellent. Very nice. Loves the scene with a torch here, illuminating the Paleoloxodon. Very cool idea. Yep. I think the eye placement, I'm not 100% certain about it, but yeah, no, looks fantastic. Then we have here Velociraptor with, yes, there is a straight tusk elephant, and it's approaching something. It might be a young deer? I'm not quite sure. Very nice. The limbs don't quite look elephantine, I would say, like especially the forelimbs. Elephant limbs, especially forelimbs, are weird in the way they are constructed. They have pretty straight limbs, let's just say that, especially when they walk. They usually don't like bend much in the elbow, visually at least. The muscles are constructed in a way that when the limb is completely straight, it often looks as if the elbow would actually bend slightly forward. It's weird. Yeah. Next up, Avi with Paleoxodon anticus and a dead calf here. Incredibly beautiful scene. I love what you did with the skull. With the sky here. We actually had very similar sky here earlier today, with an incredible sunset. So yeah, that's absolutely beautiful. Very sad, so too, but very fitting for what you did. After that, Rotom from Hell. And yeah, we're pitchless. What? Haven't drawn elephants since 3rd grade. That happens. Most people only ever try once to draw an elephant and then realize it's not as easy as it looks. Because elephants are just so counterintuitive in some of their anatomy proportions and stuff. But yeah, nicely flayed out, like splayed out tusks and stuff like that. Trunk is a little bit too tusk-like looking, like it could have a little bit more sway in it, I feel. But yeah. Nice. And new person. Rosy Wing. Welcome. Look at that. Never had to try at Proboscidians. I think for your first try, that is pretty good, I would say. Nice. And I love the idea with like your water spraying on its side and stuff. The eyes are placed a little bit weird, I think. But yeah, you have here the big muscles here on the head and neck, which is really good. Tusks are nice and straight. Nah, good stuff. Okay, Psycat. Why is a long face? Very cool. I think you did pretty good, except I think for the eye placement. The eyes look a little bit high up. When you look at the skull here. Let's see. Note how the orbits are around here. Whoops. So the eyes would sit here, and when you look at your drawing, they look a little bit more like they sit up here, like under the, like a little bit too much under the muscles on the forehead. So it could be a little bit further down, but otherwise pretty nice. Like the ear shape. Ultra Looser with this really nice little sketch. I like the very cool colors you gave the whole scene. I think the tusks here look pretty good. I would maybe splay them out a little bit more even. But I would make the base of them maybe like disappear into the skull a little bit faster, like a little bit more rapidly. When you look at the skull here from above, you see like how quickly the alveoli, the tooth sockets, like go like disappear into the skull like laterally, like how triangular the front of the face here is in frontal view. So it could just a little bit of adjustment there. Okay. Next up, Vexosaurus, who joins us with another Vex sculpture. Oh my god. Is it one of... I totally forgot. There's this weird source book now for Monarch Legacy where they claim that Behemoth, like, quote-unquote, created all the Proboscideans. And I'm like, guys, what acid did you drink before writing that shit down? And I say that as someone who mightily enjoyed the first and second season of Monarch. But besides that, I think that's a pretty nice Paleoloxodon here. I think the front limbs could be a little bit thicker, but otherwise. Yep. Oh, and the trunk here at the base could be a little more beefy, I think. And we have this beautiful work in progress by Petite. It looks more like a dog to me, but I'm no Proboscidean expert, so I will let that slide. And then Aberrantologist with a Paleoloxodon and a broken off tusk. Very cool idea. We have actual footage of stuff like this happening in the wild. So, yeah. Something that should be mentioned here, I think the forehead could be a little bit more pronounced. As mentioned earlier, they have these muscle attachments for the huge bulbous foreheads. They look a little bit like Proboscidean Megamind. Very weird stuff. But yeah, otherwise, very good. Very good indeed. Nice big forehead we have here by Dilo. Yeah, very, very Megamind indeed. The body could be a little bit wider, a little bit more robust. Forelimbs too. Biggest issue might be that the trunk shouldn't be between the tusks, but like above it. When you look at the skull, you see that. Let me show it on stream here again. Like physically, the trunk cannot go between the tusks because there's the bony support of the tusks between them. It cannot go that low. It sits on top of that of the rostral part of the skull. It's a mistake that many people make. You will find online still like images. My first image of a mastodon where I make the same mistake, and in hindsight, I'm incredibly ashamed of it. Or rather, you can use it to deter me. Okay. Next up, Cheesy Cerato with this funny little guy. He looks very happy. Look at him. I think the limbs could be a little bit longer. It looks very chubby, although it could be maybe a species that is not antiquous. We have species of Paleoloxodon certainly with shorter limbs. Otherwise, nicely splayed out, relatively straight tusks. Ears could be like set slightly higher on the skull, I think. And the forehead here could be a little bit wider towards the top and slightly more shaped like a butt. When you look at how Dilo did it here, that appears to be most likely the shape these muscles took. But yeah, no. Fun stuff. Then there's Casual Soap Muncher. With Paleoloxodon doing a big stretch. That's a very cool idea. Nice. I think the head could be slightly larger. Like I would cut the section here out and make it overall a little bit bigger. Like increase it by like 10-15%. Elephant skulls are really, really large. It is borderline comical how big their heads are. It's just that we are so used to seeing them that we sometimes forget how weird they are. And also all the soft tissue coming on top that kind of obscures the osteological proportions. Like having these big ears flap around, it kind of deters from the fact that, wait, the head is also really large. Then we have Costco with this Paleoloxodon in the foreground and a big bird in the background here. I'm not quite sure what bird that might be. But Very fun to have the Paleodoxodon blurred out. Think the skull is not that bad. The tusk could flare out a little bit more sideways. The forehead could be a little bit more pronounced, a little bit more rounded, I would say. But yeah. Okay, and then Voxen with this fun little interpretation, very interesting. I like the dynamic brush strokes and stuff. Good splayed out tusks. Again, what I would say is here the forehead looks a little bit too pointy. When you look at the skull of these things, it is really, really wide and flat at the top. Like a little bit is missing in the specimen here, but you see like how wide is it. And on top of that, you would have all this stupid muscle mass that is like making it only more pronounced. Like they have like a flat ass carried on their head. It's very bizarre. But yeah, really likes the colors and stuff, and brushwork. Guesses. Are you Sleepy T-Rex? You are Sleepy T-Rex, of course you are. Very fun. I have no idea what you did there. Certainly not Paleodoxodon. I cannot guess what I'm looking at. But yeah, that would be Paleodoxodon. Woohoo!
What's next? Is it the Romailosaurus?
I already forgot what is next. Let's have a look.
It's Romailosaurus.
No, it's Paleosaniva. Big lizard.
A Paleoswana from the Hell Creek Formation?
Indeed. Paleosaniva is oftentimes compared with like a big monitor lizard, but in fact, also being like similar to them, they are more closely related to Gila monsters, for example, and bearded lizards. It's just like on the surface, they are. The anatomy is quite similar to monitors. I think best interpretation to this day came from Saurian, in my opinion.
Saurian gave it Gila.
Yeah, they gave it like a Gila monster like coloration. This animal would be quite large, like up to 2 meters long, depending a little bit on the proportions. Like when you go for more monitor-like proportions, you might go up to like even a little bit beyond 2 meters. When you go more with a Gila monster like proportions, it's a little bit shorter because, well, they have shorter shorter tail and stuff. What you want to go with is up to you. We don't really know because we don't have complete specimens really. We have a lot of material flying around, but it's all fragmentary stuff. Like this is the jaw from Wikipedia. As you can see, pretty large teeth. This guy was certainly a chomper, hypercarnivorous, and going after probably relatively big prey items too. But we cannot say too much about it, I think. Do I have any good reference? Oh god. Wait, did Lancian do a Paleocaniva at some point? Huh.
Yeah, no idea.
Actually,
Hold on. I think they have.
I'm looking on our Hell Creek size chart. The giant size chart. That to be lizard. That is not the one I'm looking for. Nah. Only a drawing. It's not complete enough to make one. Yeah, I'm not sure what is probably best to use here. Oh, wait, of course. Aesthesia from Mongolia might be a good reference for the skull of this guy. A similar dentition, also pretty large, and similar in age and potentially related. Wait. Ooh. Damn. If I remember correctly, there might be a pretty complete specimen in the works. However, it was only recently discovered. If I remember correctly, there might be something like Paleosavina or Paleosavina in the works. But there's no images or anything at the moment.
What about Senila itself?
Nope. It's only similar in name. It's not related.
That's annoying.
Saniva or Eosaniva are not part of the same group, unfortunately. Yeah, Gulupiskis, lots of jaw fragments and stuff. Not much beyond that. I guess we just go in something, somehow. See what comes out. It's one of these few cases where I say, like, maybe look at what the Saurian people did. You shouldn't just take what other people have already done as a reference. But honestly, there is not much to work with. Big toxic ferren, vaguely monitor lizard-like lizard. With pretty robust jaws, probably pretty robust builds. And yeah, from the late Cretaceous of North America. I think we also have it from the Campanian. So. Of Laramidia, I should say. And I think mostly northern Laramidia. Okay. Time to grab the timer. Okay, grab the pencil and let us start with Paleosaniva in 1, 2, 3, go.
Yeah, just one smudge away. Okay. A cool idea that I want to do. So Paleoswana. So this is the story of a champion. See. Ina would have been like, let's see. Oh, okay, so like roughly the size of a Komodo dragon.
No, smaller.
Actually, no. Smaller, slightly smaller. So like Asian water monitor.
Yeah, but again, as I said, like it depends on like the proportions you give it. Like modern day monitors have very long tails. We don't know the proportions of this guy. Could be monitor lizard like, but also could be more like its modern relatives, like the bearded lizards, which are quite stumpy. Because I prefer the at least partially more monitor lizard like proportions, because it makes more sense for the ecology. These guys have huge teeth, they would probably grab like relatively large prey, they don't want to be super sluggish.
I mean, yeah, I would see it. I'll just spoil my idea. I'm thinking about having the lizard having Paleosavina just be on top of a Triceratops skull.
Yeah.
The only issue is that Triceratops skulls are notoriously huge, like the biggest in the animal kingdom, and I'm trying to see, like, okay,
More importantly,
there any-
Triceratops skulls are very complex.
Yeah.
You might want to go with something
Although it's
else. Like, I mean, Edmontosaurus skull also works, for example, or heck, T-Rex skull. Can also put it on top there.
Yeah. Although I already did something with Edmontosaurus skull. I already did an illustration of Hadrosaurus
Oh,
inside
I
a-
remember that. Yeah,
Edmontosaurus.
yeah. I mean, there is no pain in doing something like that again.
Ah, you're right. Fuck it.
It's
Fuck it.
just
We're gonna
a
use
flock.
we're gonna use an Adasaurus.
There is no
do it.
Anatosaurus.
Can't do a T-Rex skull because bugs don't have skulls.
No, because like Tylosaurus was not in the Hell Creek formation.
$14 minutes.
Okay.
Lock in.
All right, we gotta lock in. Are you allowed to, and I hope I don't get in trouble for asking this question, but are you allowed to express your thoughts on, surviving Earth?
Why should you get in trouble for the question?
I mean, I'm just
I-
saying, like,
I think you can absolutely express your opinions. I think you shouldn't talk about details. So no, like if you can like communicate your ideas and thoughts spoiler free, that's totally fine. But keep in mind,
okay, cool.
there's like for many people, there was no chance yet to watch the program because it's mostly just out in the US on NBC.
Yeah,
And
unfortunately.
Minions.
Oh my
Few
God,
people here actually
Minions
watched
and
it
Love
yesterday on
Island.
the server because yeah, there's US citizens here that are able to stream that stuff for us. And my God, I didn't know the stereotypes about American ad breaks were so correct.
Very,
Yeah,
very
unfortunately,
evident.
you're not wrong on the ads for this because my God, they are insufferable.
I think the
of
same
course they-
Minion ad played 5 times during the episode yesterday.
Yeah,
Horrible stuff.
like guys, see Minions and Monsters in theaters.
They say banana.
But
Not
yeah.
funny.
Funny Minion movie.
It is, as Space Muppet said yesterday, it is very telling that there was no ads targeted as kids before the dinosaur program came on. And
Like
yeah,
that
the
for
whole
Minions.
program is like quite simple in its approach, stuff like that. But come on, At some point, I will have this longer video about like thoughts on why dinosaurs are perceived as kiddie shit.
Honestly,
10 minutes.
Oh my goodness.
just to draw a dumbass lizard.
I
What a
think
damn it, lizard.
it's an amazing lizard.
It's amazing lizard. Exactly. And it's green for an
Amazing,
amazing
fantastic.
reason.
Yeah. It is eating everything for an amazing reason.
Have you considered that it's green for an amazing reason?
It's Gron.
You're Gron.
I'm Gron. How
You're
do you
Gron.
know? Gronk.
No.
Brock?
Hey Peter.
Oh.
Hey Peter.
No, Diallo, please don't turn into the fascist chatbot.
How can I assist
What-
you,
what
sir?
What? Who's the fascist chatbot?
I thought you said Grok.
I also said
No. I said
Yeah,
Gronk
if you
from,
said Gronk. Remember?
his Gronk from Emperor's New Groove. You
Oh,
know I wouldn't stoop
Gronk.
this low. Yeah.
That-
you know I wouldn't stoop this low. Come on.
didn't come through. Although it fits much better with what you did. Except the Hey Peter.
Oh.
That's like
No, I know
That's
that's
more
that's clearly different, serious.
that's John Swanson. I know.
Hey, Peter.
Hey Peter. Hey Peter, I just wonder if you want to play Mario Baseball for the Nintendo GameCube.
Nah,
I
it's
thought it
all
was
coming
called Mario
together.
Super Sluggers.
Fuck, I'm a fake Mario fan. You're right.
Exactly. It was released for the Wii.
No, they had a GameCube version. Come on, they had a GameCube. They had a GameCube version. I mean,
that
my
might have been a
cousin
bit
had.
before my time, so.
Oh shit.
Age reveal. Age reveal.
Age reveal.
Okay. Got nervous.
8 minutes.
8
I
minutes.
feel so
Man,
bad for my elephant because now I feel like I'm putting in none of the effort into it, rather than Paleocynia.
this is the biggest tragedy in my life.
If everything goes right, we might be able to do some Mecha Chameleon afterwards.
True.
Didn't really do that after stuff yesterday.
If Mecha Chameleon didn't exist, I'd have like 3 Mario submissions already.
Damn.
If Lemuria. Abrantologist if Lemuria.
That's probably not true. It's good to take breaks. It's
Very
good.
important. Usually what I do is I wake up, I take a break. Then I do a little bit of work, then I take a break. Most
Work.
healthy works ethics around. People underestimate
I need to look.
how much work it is. 6 minutes.
Need to look at modern Gila monsters for a bit. Oh, they would have had much thicker tails.
If
I see,
they
much
were
shorter.
like that, yes.
I see.
Again,
I mean, no
Up
big
to his
wagon
interpretation.
adjusted. Sometimes you just make a chimera of bullshit.
yes.
That's how it goes here. How the ball bounces.
As they say, as the cookie crumbles.
Yeah, no, that's how the crumble cookies.
This guy reminds me. I did a little bit more work on my SNES today
The Snish.
Oh.
on its escalation. I had a early morning boost of inspiration and made this little sketch.
It's so freaky. It's very good.
Thank you.
How do these? Okay. Okay, that's good enough. I'm just gonna finish the rest of the Titan skull. Ah, shit, now I feel shaky. What the hell?
Caffeine withdrawal.
The byproducts of caffeine are kicking in. This, instability. Just making a frog-looking thing at this point. I'm not making a lizard.
Two minutes 50 seconds.
2 minutes 50 seconds, right?
Yes.
Ah, coolio. I have so many cool paleo art ideas. I'm thinking about drawing Audastes just being on the seafloor while a bunch of cryonoids just stop by. Yeah, just to express how weird the Western Interior Seaway could be.
Mm-hmm. Vaxosaurus says, I watched it on replay, Surviving Earth, and got 5 ads postpartum depression. What? What even is that? And yes, good because very, very, very French shaped indeed.
I will say, yeah, no, the ads are absolutely insufferable. I mean, the constant ad breaks, and like even when you have a Peacock account, like you still got to deal with ads. You pay money for their lackluster streaming service, and as a thank you, they give you less ads.
Yeah, it's late stage capitalism at its finest.
Real. But did I tell you how lackluster Peacock is as a streaming service? And the only justified reason to get it is because of Ted.
Oh boy.
Good show.
No, it is awesome. Ted is funny as hell. Like the series, at least.
I'd say the movie's aged fine.
I mean, the movies themselves, debatable. Debatable
20
on like
seconds?
how well they aged. S4, just 5, one more finger.
Nope. Time's up.
I made the. I'm finishing.
Oh,
Where's my? Oh my god! I need to sharpen my charcoal pencil. What the hell? And this pencil's a piece of shit. Oh, you piece of shit pencil, bro.
Woody Productions, thank you very much.
Wait, Woody Productions?
William Productions
Oh, I thought it.
on YouTube.
Oh, nice.
Also, Dresden Kate, that is totally fine. You don't have to join in for everything. One can simply pick and choose in theory.
Piece of shit pencil. Oh my god. Oh my. You know what? Fuck the charcoal pencil. You know what? I'm just doing a different pencil. NB. Fuck it. 10B. I don't care anymore.
10B. Woo, hoo, hoo, hoo.
I mean, no. I'm going for. I wanted to go for something strong, so that's why I'm so reliant on the charcoal pencil.
My headphones have died, and I need to depart somewhere. So thank you
Okay.
very much.
See you.
See ya, Axo. See ya.
Okay, let's have a look at what people posted. Starting with Dynamo, who joined in late with a little Paleodoxodon falconeri in this case. What an absolute goober. Look at the little guy next to the big and beautiful bustard. I think the head could be slightly larger. Falconeri is like, even for a Paleodoxodon, quite large-headed. But yeah, otherwise very, very nice indeed. Very good elephant anatomy. Then, slight update on yours, dialogue here. Yes. Getting there. And then we have Tyr, hello, with a little portrait sketch of Peleosanova. Very fun. Nice. Very monitor-like. Good stuff. Then Rodent. Got mad, so I threw it in the Cretaceous garbage can. Totally fair. Also, a very good way to like obscure all the unknown things about this guy. Although it might have been easier to just have the snoot stick out of the log because we know how the jaw looks. We don't know how long the tail is or how the hind limbs look. So yeah, but yeah. Okay, next up, Rotor of Hell. Ran out of space, had to go with Skila. It's fine. It's totally fine. What I recommend, Rotor from Hell, is like not go in straight with like finished lines, but really very lightly work with a pencil at first to like figure out like, okay, what shapes, what proportions do I want to go for. But yeah, next up, Rosy Wing with Paleosanivar being inspected by something that could be a juvenile Tyrannosaurus or Nanotyrannus. I'm not quite sure. Very fun. It looks quite angry. Very angry looking behind it. Like, what is happening here? Very fun. Love the idea. Then we have Velociraptor with Paleosanivar running away with a blue egg, which I assume would probably be an Oviraptorosaur or Troodontid egg. Maybe even Dromaeosaur. I don't remember if we have it also for Dromaeosaurs at this point. I think we have it for Deinonychus. Maybe. Oh wait, no, yeah, we have. Yeah. So we have at least 3 lineages where we have blue, greenish eggs. So far, which is very cool. Must be one of these guys. Nicely done. After that, Exo with Paleosanivar on the beach. Just launching there, soaking the sun in. Very cool. Love the idea. Also considering that Hell Creek is at the coast, you can absolutely do something like this. Next, Cheesy Cerato with this very cool portrait. I love the idea of having the head overall being shaped a little bit more like a monitor lizard, but then in the integument go more for the beaded lizard stuff, like with these more like how to describe it? More grainy, bigger,
Earthy?
round, round
Like
scale.
more. Oh, I see.
More goes overall. Yep, fun stuff. Next, Sleepy T-Rex. This happened right before the meteor. No. Some sort of small juvenile Tyrannosaur going straight for Paleosanivar. Damn, that is epic. I can hear the heavy metal music playing over this. Incredible. What a wonderful thing to witness. Happy Tackle next up with this little sketch. Very cool. Love the colors you gave it. These cool grays and blues work quite nicely. Front half, yeah, I think looks pretty good. The hind limbs look a little weird. They are a little bit too to like get very thin. The feet could be a little bit larger. Lizard limbs are you cannot compare them to something like a bird leg or something. Let me quickly sketch something out here on stream. Usually you have like your thigh stuff, and then your lower leg, which is like less like drumstick shaped, but more like it's either like pretty evenly bulging muscle wise, or even a little bit, sometimes even a little bit thicker towards the bottom, because here it connects to the ankle and stuff. So there's tendons here that make it a little bit wider towards here, and then you have your toes 4 of them that are getting increasingly larger, and then the 5th one is smaller, a little further back, and a little bit more separate from the whole thing. Yeah, that's a basic gist for a lizard leg. Oh, also don't forget the knee in these guys. Important stuff. Avi coming in with this little guy schnozzing on some branches. Very cool. A big honk shoe indeed. Not used to drawing lizards. That is fine. It looks pretty good, I think. I would take the eyes a little bit more forward. Lizards, like monitor lizards or beaded lizards, have relatively prominent eyebrows. Wait a second, let me draw. Where do we have a good example here? Let me take. Monitor lizard that isn't too patterned. Let's take this Asian monitor lizard. You can see here how the orbits are like pushing up this region here, making the wool face a little bit more charismatic. Thanks to that. And this is something you find in many lizards to different degrees. Interestingly, with stuff like skinks, they oftentimes have very triangular heads because they don't really do that. That's why you oftentimes can tell skinks from other lizards. They are like here, like a blue tongue skink, for example. Besides like having these big scales, these guys you can see like are very, very flat-headed on the top. But yeah, beautiful little piece. Then Vexosaurus, who barely made it, but I think you did pretty good. That looks nice. Ooh, with even the tongue in there. Nice. Again, I think in this one I would put the eyes a little bit more forward. Many lizards, also monitor lizards, have the eye sitting like in the middle of the wool skull. Let's take this little lizard here, for example. When you like compare like position of the eye to like snout tip, and then like position of the eye to like back of the mouth or like ear openings, that's roughly the middle of the whole thing. Yeah. Something to keep in mind. Next up, Sci-Fi Puck. With an indeed nicely centered eye here. I like the shape of the snout. I would make the eyebrows maybe slightly more pronounced. And the lower jaw maybe tiny bit deeper. Nah, actually, I think it's fine. Yeah, nope. Looks good. Ultra looser with this very smug looking critter. I think the head, something about the head doesn't quite work for me in the moment. It reminds me of cynodons a little bit. I'm not sure what exactly it is. It might be that the back of the head is a little bit too rounded out. It feels a little bit like the upper temporal bar isn't quite as prominent as it should be. But maybe that's just the lighting. Not sure. The foot, also the back foot here, looks a little weird. I think it's missing a little bit the palm. Not the palm, like the metatarsals a little bit. They appear a little bit short. But yeah, no, otherwise very cool. Loving the idea, yeah. Nice composition, laying on the rocks there. Oh, Voxen up next here with Paleosarina just standing there. Don't know how to approach beaded lizard texture. It is hard. like how reptiles come in so many different shapes and forms. Their integument diversity is highly underappreciated, I think. Even within one group, you can find so many different scale shapes and textures and stuff. But yeah, no, this looks to me more like a baby, I would say. The head is a little bit, it looks a little bit dragony. I feel like the snoot here is a little bit too mammalish, maybe. It's hard to describe. I'm missing a little bit. It might also be the lower jaw, but like bearded lizards and monitor lizards have very specific ways the snout is constructed, with quite a bit of soft tissue at the front that like smoothes out the wool shapes. That's, for example, when a monitor lizard opens its mouth, you usually don't see the teeth because there's so much soft tissue like gum and lip tissue and stuff in the way, even if the animal has, when you look at the skull, really large teeth. So yeah, I would make the snout a little bit differently shaped. It's hard to describe now. I would need to go in and like draw over it to explain it, really, which we don't really have time for. But yeah, no. Otherwise, I think it's really nice rendered stuff, and I like the pattern. Up next, Costco, going for a very extreme perspective here. Pinconite is cancelled for the rest of the month. The heck. Okay. It looks very fun. It doesn't really look like a lizard, I have to say. Like it's the shape doesn't quite compute to me. Like I'm having a little bit hard time to picture it right now. It's nicely shaded and everything, I have to say. Anatomy wise, though, it's lacking a little bit. I would say like we're having like big chunk of on the back of the skull is missing if this was a varanid. Like there's a lot of space behind the eye for like jaw muscles and stuff like that. As mentioned, like the eye is like sitting in the middle of the head, lengthwise, and that's how you get this typical lizard look. Also, the neck looks, yes, I know it's foreshortening, but it looks still a bit scrawny. Big lizards have oftentimes massive necks that can usually are deeper than the head because there is like loose skin and lots of muscle tissue and stuff like that make the head to hold the head, but also help with respiration and stuff like that. It's a wool thing. Google gula pumping, very fascinating topic. Vexel sending something here. Ooh. Petite joining us with a Maltese Beach Day piece. Very nice. I suspect we might be looking at something dwarfed. Very fun. Look at the little legs here. Love the ears. Very fun idea. Oh, and there we have Dilo with Paleosaniva sitting on top of an big hadrosaur skull here. Very cool. I like the composition, I have to say. That works really well. It looks straight out of like a big terrarium where you would have like your iguanas sitting on logs and stuff.
Ooh.
Yeah. No,
Actually,
I think that works good. The head shape, not quite there. I think the body is fine. The head could be again like a little bit more like space for muscles and stuff like behind the eyes.
I see.
But yeah, no. Good
I mean,
stuff.
I made it very Gila monster like because Gila monsters tend to have more blockier heads than
They do.
Right.
Yes. But there's still like other lizards. They also like have this like eyes centered in the middle of the head. Basically, it's yeah. Okay, next Psycat with a portrait here. Here you nicely see like what is typical for lizards, like how deep the neck is and stuff. Very cool. Loving the whole thing. Cool coloration too. Yep, yep. Wi-Fi went out. It's fine. Ooh, Casual Soap Muncher continuing also here with her Peliloxodon. Very cool. Nice stuff. Good, good. And we have a portrait by Aberrantologist. Nice. Very cool. I think I would make the head a little bit more robust, considering how deep the lower jaw is that we have.
Yeah, I was
It
also
is a
thinking that.
weird. I mean, it might be a juvenile. We don't know. Like when you look at juvenile monitor lizards, they are oftentimes quite a bit more slender stuff. So yeah. Boo, 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 boo. Ooh. Little correction on the hat here by Avi. Very nice. That works well. Yes, yes. Yeah. No, the neck works really well. Ooh, yes. Leg surgery. That works better. Habitacle. Excellent, excellent. And there is Perisaniva by Petite here as well, going in with a beaded lizard texture. Very cool. I love how that looks with a very enlarged stuff, like bigger muscles and stuff behind the eyes. Nice. Petite, we had Lemuria. That's why there wasn't a flocking. We lemured a lot. Blah. Zoom. Zoom back out. There we go. Okay, next up on our list, the highly expected Romaleosaurus. Let's do that fat chunk.
The big guy.
Romaleosaurus. Big early to mid Jurassic plesiosaur. Really big guy, known from England and Germany at least. I'm not sure if we have other specimens from elsewhere, but that's probably what comes to my mind. By the way, Romaleosaurus themselves are a little bit more widespread. We even have one in China. But yeah, we have a bunch of nicely preserved specimens. Most importantly, a complete specimen that was it found by Mary Anning? I'm not sure. There is a cast of it in London. The original specimen, though, I think is further up north in Britain. Petite, that is not Romaleosaurus. Don't spread misinformation. That's not how flippers of plesiosaurs look at all. Road from Hell, all already posted. Yeah, no, it was among the largest predators of its time overall. I think like large specimens are like over 7 meters long, probably. Really big fucker. It's not an early pliosaur, should be said. Romaleosaurs are their own group. They are like visually in between your classic pliosaurs and the long-necked plesiosaurs, because they have these big heads, but they are their own offshoot. Yeah, there would be macro predators going after big prey items, most likely living in open oceans for the most part, probably, but also going into the shallows. Yep. There isn't much more to say about the animal itself. I would Petite, stop doing misinformation. All the misinformation. Soft tissue reconstruction, though, that is important to talk about because we have this beautiful skeletal drawing here. You can follow it to a certain degree, but I wouldn't do too much of that because you can, for example, see here that the neck in the silhouette becomes thinner than the base of the head. That was probably not the case. You can expect these guys to be much more torpedo-shaped, with neck, head, and torso like forming a visual unity. Can also expect quite a bit more soft tissue on the flippers or the paddles, how they are oftentimes called. As you can see in Mauriciosaurus, one of the few specimens of a plesiosaur where we have soft tissue, there's quite a bit of stuff still going on behind the flipper, behind the paddle, making it nearly 50% wider than the bones imply. You can also see how much thicker the base of the tail is. And that gives you basically an idea also for the neck here. We can unfortunately not really see that in the neck in the specimen because it's incomplete and it's like warped and stuff. Like you see here, like lots of soft tissue is also displaced and so on, but you see nicely the silhouette of the tail here. Although unfortunately we are missing the tip of it. But that is something you can assume would also be the case for Romaleosaurus, which in the soft tissue outline here has a razor thin tail, which was probably not the case. So yeah, you can use a skeletal drawing, but remember, make it more chunky.
Yeah, turn them into blub shittos.
Make it blobby.
Blubby. Flubber from that one Robin Williams movie.
Whatever you say.
Make it green. Fuck it.
You can, in theory, make it green. We know very little about plesiosaur pigmentation. So, yeah.
I mean, probably don't, because they are pelagic animals.
Yeah. But then again, we also see, like, sometimes green stuff going on in pelagic fish and stuff, so...
I mean, true.
Per
Pelagic...
se, there is not something directly speaking against that. Like what's it called? Dolphin fishes? Or mahi-mahi? Was it that?
Yeah, no, they're called that.
Yeah. Very
Actually,
green.
yeah, you're right.
Very green. So I'm not sure how they get their green. But yeah, no, this is possible. You can do that. I do not recommend it necessarily because I see no reason for them to do that. But yeah.
Flip. It's probably going to be my last sketch for today.
Yep.
Or I think it's going to be chicken with mole.
Okay.
But yeah, that part.
No ice during that time, right? Yes, this is early to mid-Jurassic. There wouldn't be any glaciation going on, really, as far as we know. Especially not in... I mean, maybe there was, like, occasional snow, maybe a little bit of glacier forming, like, at the very poles. But... like, doing certain cold snaps. But they're not in the areas where this animal lived, where we have its fossils from, like Posidonia Shale and and Britain. So yeah, no ice around. No Titanic reference. Sorry. What would be actually, like, let's have a look quickly at one of the formations where we have it from. The Whitby Mudstone. What do we have from here? We have Hauphiosaurus, which is a very interesting pliosaur. It has a razor long neck, but also like a very long snoot. Microcleides is another animal from here. Campylognathoides is a pterosaur, long-tailed one. We have big sturgeon relatives. Some of these big sturgeons grew like several meters long. The one from here, Garostios, is like up to 7 meters long, probably. Parapicephalus, another amphirincid. Mystriosaurus is from here. It's a teleosaur, so a marine crocodilian. Pelagosaurus as well. Stenopterygius is here, which is a an ichthyosaur. Temnodontosaurus, of course, also here. And there's isolated remains of theropods, for example, which implies that the land was probably not that far away. Also, the pterosaurs speak for that. There was probably relatively close to the coast. Petite. I'm not sure if that is. Yeah, underwater it doesn't look that green. I know.
Yeah, sure. I was told to inform you that the stream title still says Tiaoshan.
See, that's why one shouldn't push me into. Fucking hell! I will always forget this. That's why personalized stream titles are a bad idea for me. Unless there is someone who to constantly remind me. Yeah. It's also still saying that on where can I do this again on Twitch?
Oh, let's see.
Oh God, I forgot how to do this on Twitch. Was it even me who did that, or was it a moderator?
I cannot find a good reference image for the life of me. Oh my God.
What do you mean? There's tons of things.
Yeah, but perspective that I'm trying to consider.
Have you looked if there's a skeletal model on Sketchfab?
I wish. Unfortunately, there's no. Surprisingly, there's no
there.
the Natural History Museum specimen is not there for some reason. Which sucks because I could have
might be protected.
Man, come on.
For people who want a 3D model, though, at Dinocon, I was told there will be little 3D models, 3D printed, by Fabrizio De Rossi of Romaleosaurus. Nope, only fragmentary specimens and a bad 3D model. Live reconstruction are on Sketchfab. Oh well.
Yeah, no.
Guess people will need to learn how to do it themselves. Oh, it's one of these cases where they can change color. Okay, good to know, Petite. True, that is also a possibility. There was years ago a study that proposed for, I think it was for a marine reptile, that they might have found like evidence for it being also able to change color. I think there was something.
Ooh.
Oh, don't quote me on that. I'm not sure how well it was received, like by other academics, though, because after that I never heard of that again. Or if it was one of these like, nah, that's stupid. Not even worse. Replying to things, which apparently is the case, for example, for what's it called? Carnotaurus being a fast runner.
Oh yeah, like the cheetah Carnotaurus paleo meme.
Yeah. If you want to know more, there's a certain video by the Skeleton Crew out there that can educate you. Do not make Carnotaurus a speed demon. Let's just say that. Okay, let us start with Romaleosaurus. This took way too long. In 1, 2, 3, go. Show us the chunk.
Ice cream truck!
What?
Oh, there's an ice cream truck outside of me.
Outside of you? Well, it would be weird if it was inside of you.
Oh god, no, we don't want that.
I love how
They're
big
like-
this guy is. It's so much bigger than I think most people realize.
Romaleosaurus? Yeah.
Now, you would think that, with such a complete specimen, or practically speaking, you would think that, there'd be good references of the skull.
The skull is complete, yes, but it is only really nice from that dorsal view. It's not as nice from the side. Also, it's really hard to see when you're standing in front of the specimen, as I have, and to point your camera up there. And unfortunately, opening that glass case costs you thousands of dollars.
Ah, shit, no, that's a pretty ass
Yeah.
penny. Fuck.
These are historical cabinets that basically you need like not just like the approval of the museum for that, but you also need like people on site to help with that, and like to keep them like in good shape and stuff like that. Yeah. The specimen, the gallery there, the Mary Anning Gallery, is really cool. But it is not easy to access for academic purposes.
I see. Ah, damn it. I have a cool color scheme idea I want to give for the Romalosaurus. Thinking of giving it like a pilot whale like coloration.
Yeah.
It does make me wonder, and that might be because I haven't done research yet, but like, are there any studies regarding like isotopes in its teeth?
No, not to my knowledge. There is very little done in that regard for plesiosaurs.
Oh damn.
It's interesting though. Given again, this guy's kind of funky.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Like it's living alongside Tenodontosaurus, but it's kind of about the same size. Like,
Yeah.
it's not quite as big as like the biggest stuff attributed to Tenodontosaurus, but it's pretty big.
Yeah, yeah.
It's got like a really like the skull has a really weird notch to it.
It's not that weird actually. I would say it's like I think the weirdness, the weirdest part of it is how wide it is in the back. But other than that, I think it's not that unusual. There's weirder stuff, I would say.
I mean, true. I mean, as far as plesiosaurs go, it's not too weird as I mean, if you like the one thing that comes into mind is Aristonectines.
Yeah, like Aristonectines have a similar skull, but they take it further, and of course their dentition is like very different.
Yeah. And their ecology, which I don't even know if they've done like again with the what's his face, the isotope, like isotopes in their teeth. Maybe studies like that could further like analyze what the true ecology is and whether or not they were actual true filter feeders or crustacean enthusiasts.
Yeah, I'm not sure honestly how well isotopes work on marine animals, because I haven't seen many people do that. I know can be issues with isotopes on marine animals because of it's something with plant life and so on. Oh god, I forgot. It's a little bit more tricky with marine stuff, I think.
Oh, I see. As comparison to like terrestrial animals, like
Yeah, I
you
think
know,
there might be easier, but it's been a long time since I looked into that.
right, like 3 times. Okay. Wait, shit.
13 minutes, by the way.
Okay. Luckily, I know a thing or two about plesiosaur anatomy.
You can draw it with an ichthyosaur down.
Fuck no. Just to hurt abrontologist feeling.
Oh.
Hurt abrontologist feeling.
I don't know why I so mean to abrontologists.
This is bullying.
Because it's fun. Because it's funny. Well, it's all fun and games until Avery shows up, and then I die.
It's funny because I
Which
don't
I-
really think Avery says anything about it.
Avery sees you getting bullied.
Then have you considered just stopping?
At one point, yeah. But where's the fun in that? Okay.
Petite, I think we need a file in the mod channel for Dalu.
Ah, shit. I'm going to jail. Okay. How big was okay? Flipper to skull. Okay, so
Ten minutes.
10 minutes.
I can do plesiosaurs in my sleep. Maybe because I have done so many of them.
I
Even
mean,
for a
you've
book?
done you've done so much press release art of plesiosaurs. I can't even count.
Yeah, and for a book at this point. And yeah, the press release art that is in big parts because one of the first people who commissioned me is a friend of mine, Sven Sachs, who is working on plesiosaurs.
Hell yeah.
And through that, like knowing him, like being commissioned by him, I also got to learn and work with many other marine reptile people, and yeah,
Hell yeah.
that's how it do be.
Doobie doobie.
Dooby dooby dooba dooby dooby dooba.
Okay. Ah. Octopus. I'm so used to drawing polycotalids and elasmosaurs that any other plesiosaur group, I feel like it's kind of alien to me.
Ah, come on, it's not that different.
I mean, a little bit. I mean, I don't know. At least by flipper proportions, but I mean, that's the whole reason why I suggested Romalosaurus because I do want to draw more plesiosaurs that aren't just late Cretaceous stuff.
Yeah, some fun things here. Also, like among cryptoclidates and microclidates, you have fun stuff going on. I would love if more people would do more Abyssosaurus from the Jurassic of Russia, which has some really bizarre anatomy.
How big was that tail? Let me measure it. One. Okay, so past the skull and with a few neck vertebrae. I think I made the head a little too small in proportion to its body.
Well, there's ways to find out.
I mean, you don't know until finally,
You can measure. Take the length of the skull, look how often it fits into the body, and then compare to what you have drawn.
I mean, yeah, that's what I always do. I use the head method.
Yeah.
Which especially helps me out for like faker drawn. Right. Yeah, thank God for Procreate. Okay.
Oh, yeah, also Aberrantologist shared that image with the scales earlier. We do indeed have one specimen of plesiosaur that shows scales, specifically only on the flippers, on the paddles, and we don't know how widespread that feature would be, but it shows there's a possibility for that, and it might have been a specialized integument for them to protect the flippers, to protect the pedals from like abrasion and stuff like that when they were close to the bottom stuff. It's been an idea that these guys might have been like going after benthic prey, which is why they might have had it. Which then would probably not apply to Romaleosaurus because this guy is probably not going after benthic prey items. But yeah, it's possible. As said, we still don't know much about how these animal soft tissues looked and how they behaved. We're slowly getting more. Sometimes by simply looking again at historic specimens that haven't been really touched in decades, sometimes even centuries.
I mean, yeah, especially with like, and I'm gonna make this about Mosasaurus, especially with like Tylosaurus Rex. I think it's a perfect example of that.
Oh yeah, there's tons of beautiful specimens out there, sometimes on display, where people think, oh yeah, we know everything about it, and then someone is coming in, it's like doing a reevaluation of the taxon or its anatomy or stuff like that, and then it turns out, wait a second, there's something new going on here.
Right, it's a brand new genus and species.
Happens more often than you think.
I mean, yeah, especially with like ceratopsians.
I mean,
wouldn't be
with
surprised.
ceratopsians, it's usually pretty straightforward with like people looking at the frill and being like, yeah, that looks different. But with plesiosaurs, there's not many people who do stuff with plesiosaurs, or like in general marine reptiles. And
Yeah. It's especially the case with like taxon like Dolichorhynchops, and how like some species of Dolichorhynchops are reassigned to like new genuses, different genuses.
genera, yeah.
Yeah, different genre, especially like stuff like Punctahela, which was described in 2023, and believe Martinectes.
Yep. Okay, 2 minutes.
Okay. I think I got the basic sketch done. Maybe if they were oh so generous, I could do some coloration.
I stand by my claims that marine reptiles are the most satisfying animals to draw.
Objectively correct. Yes.
They are oftentimes very
They're cheap.
satisfying. Yes. Although it depends. Like if you are good enough at drawing certain clade, every one of them can become really satisfying to do. Like I love drawing pterosaurs because I found the way for myself to just put a few lines on paper and being like, oh yeah, that's pterosaur.
Yeah.
I can especially say the same for you know what.
I actually
I don't even gotta say it. I don't even gotta say it. I could just tell you I'm good at drawing a certain group of reptiles. One of the Lepidosaur variety.
The Lepidosaur variety.
Yes. I think I'm just gonna do line art actually, because I don't really have time for.
Time's up. Show me what you got. Oh, I just noticed there was a flipper here missing. Ooh.
Josh, you're going to jail.
There we go. Fixed. It is very blue.
It is blue for a fantastic reason.
It is blue for the best reasons. Why so blue?
Why so bluey? Wait, no. I was gonna say blue and serious at the same time, but no.
Why so blurrious?
Why so blurrious? Why am I so shaky?
Doop doo doo doop boo doop boo doop boo. Doop boo doop boo boo doop boo doo.
Ah, man. Yeah, I'm probably gonna make the flippers a lot thicker in here than I normally do. That's totally fine.
Mm-hmm.
had a question. Are all AZA accredited zoos equal?
Well, I don't even know what that means. So
Like zoos that are like good to go, good to support. Either
again, I
because they have,
don't
like,
know what that label means. So
might be an exclusively American thing. To be fair, I think it's more of an Avery question, actually. That or
if they have a
Yeah,
certain certificate, a certain label, then and if that label is seen as good, then they usually have that for a reason.
I see.
No idea. K. Let's have a look what people post. Scrolling down. Starting with Ultra Loser, who does two beautiful little Romaleosaurus in front of the sunlight coming through the surface. Very nice, very nice. Love the coloration. Good stuff. I would say like makes the snout towards the front slimmer. When you look at the references that Diallo posted just before your post here, you see how triangular the skull is. Like I think the width works, but I think the snout at the front can be slimmer by quite a bit. Okay, next up we have our very own rodent with Romaleosaurus going after Ammonite here. Very cool, very nice. I think I would make the neck a little bit longer, but otherwise pretty good indeed. And then Velociraptor with a bunch of Romaleosaurus coming to the surface to spy hopping or something something similar to that. Again, similar to Ultra Loser, I would say here the skull is too round. The head is really very, very triangular. And something worse portraying. Okay, after that, Roadrunner from Hell with another Romaleosaurus coming to the surface and having something in its jaws. I'm not quite sure what it says there, but it looks fun. Yep. I would place the eye further forward. I think the proportions check out roughly, but yeah, the eye in the sky is pretty like in the middle of the head, like even a little bit forward if you like take like the back, the flaring back here into account. They are weird critters, these guys. Similar, the head is usually like with the eyes in the middle of the length. It's similar to lizards in that regard. So yeah. Then Rosy Wing with this funny little drawing. Very cute, very nice. Let's compare here a little bit. Eyes sit in the correct position, maybe slightly more forward, I would say. Flippers look pretty good as well. I would make the torso a little bit longer, or rather move the back paddles a little bit further back. I think that works with the proportions then better. When you look at the torso, it's a relatively long torso. Neck and torso are roughly the same length. Something to keep in mind. But yeah, no, otherwise pretty good. Nice. Then Brontosaur with these two very lesbian-looking Romaleosaurus here. Very nice, very good. They do be touchy with their pedals. Nice. Something I should mention here. Rosy Wing, you do the flippers being like very alternating in their position. There are studies into this where they show that the flippers wouldn't be quite in sync but they also wouldn't be like completely like on the opposite end of the range of motion to each other while these animals move, because otherwise the animal would it would like tumble too much. There would be too much turbulences created by itself. You can imagine these animals like two birds flying behind each other, that the back pedals like taking advantage of the vortexes created by the front pedals, similar to like two birds, like birds flying in like formations, where the front flying bird is like creating vortexes that the bird behind it then takes advantage of, to have it a little bit easier with flying, which is why they are not, you should be not quite in sync, but like slightly offset from each other. Like the reason I have some here in my sketch is because this is in a resting position and it's using its front pedals to like hover a little bit on in the watercolor. But yeah, next. Oh boy, we have Raven here. Hello. Is Raven also? Oh, Raven also raising the hand. I had the inkling that might be the case. Hello.
Good morning.
Morning, or Razor. No, actually, you can say that it's past 2 a.m. Nope, looks good. Proportions appear to be about right. I would make neck and especially tail thicker, like make them all really beefy, like so that the wool animal like has this one continuous hydrodynamic shape. But otherwise, pretty nice. Oh, and I would maybe move the eyes slightly forward. The eyes on the skull like are sitting roughly in the middle, lengthwise, for these guys. But yeah, nice. After that, Sorops, with this funny little guy coming towards the camera here. You do something here that a lot of paleo artists did in the past and still somewhat do today, that people often think of plesiosaurs at like a turtle body with a long neck. So you have a very distinct body and a very distinct neck, which is how turtles do it because they have the carapace. But that's probably not what they did. It's more likely that you really have like this very smooth transition from torso to neck, and that you wouldn't really be able to see if the pedals weren't there. You wouldn't be really able to see where the pectoral girdle is. Stuff like that. So yeah, and so you can like smooth it all out a little bit more. Like even like there must have been big pectoral muscles and stuff like that. They were probably though not that visible. Yeah. Okay. Ooh, oh, that is fun. Vexosaurus here with Ramaleosaurus. Like laying on the ground there, looks a little bit like a seal or sea lion. Yes, very cool. I would make the neck a little bit thicker. Maybe the head looks a little bit large, I would say. Might be a juvenile though, who can tell. But yeah, very fun idea. Okay, and then casual soap muncher goo. I don't know what that means, but I approve. Snout looks a little bit weird at the very tippy top here, but otherwise proportions look good. Again, I would smooth it out a little bit more, like makes the neck more chunky, to be more torpedo-like, a little bit also on the tail, although the tail is better. But yeah, nice. Then Costco, with once again very interesting perspective here. I'm not 100% sure what's going on. I suspect we're looking at the very tip of the tail. Costco, that is not helping me. This is not about Nintendo. I would make the neck a little bit longer. Again, as mentioned earlier, it's like roughly the length of the torso. And the head is a little bit more triangular. They don't really have this tooth rosetta at the front, like you see it in like the Liopleurodon in Walking with Dinosaurs. That was largely a misinterpretation based on fucked up fossils, where they were glued together fragments, and that made the wool thing more snaggletooth than it actually is. So yeah, keep that in mind. It's beautiful, Avi. I love the little sun spots here coming through the waves and stuff. So is that inspired by leopard seals? Here's the coloration. That reminds me of that. Very nice and dynamic composition. Yeah, I love the poses. That is peak plesiosaur stuff here. Very cool. I hope you post that. Oh, there's inspiration. I see. Indeed, leopard seals. Very good. Very good indeed. Yeah. Good and chunky neck. That's what we love to see. Good stuff. Next up, Jesus Rato. Is bro going to heaven? Maybe. I mean, he's extinct, so the question is, where were Maleosaurus Christians?
True.
Christianity
it is one of the great mysteries of our time. Where were Maleosaurus Christians? I think a detailed isotope study might tell us, but we'll see. We'll have to wait. I think that looks pretty nice in terms of soft tissue amount on the animal overall. Again, I would make it a little bit thicker, maybe still. The neck, but I would make the neck also a little bit longer. Once again, neck would be roughly as long as the torso, and I would make the flippers a little bit longer as well. When you look at the skeletal drawing, you see how long the paddles here are. Let me measure it out actually. One paddle from the shoulder to the tip is like 70% or more, like more like 80% of the length of the torso. These paddles are big. They really needed that. In the front, they look, well, they could still get a little bit more length, but especially in the back here, I think it could be a little longer. Also with the tail, when you look at the tail length, again measuring here on screen, the tail is like more than half the length of the torso, and in your case it's more like a third or something. So then could get a little bit more. But yeah, I love the composition. Very nice lighting. The lighting towards the bottom here, I think, could be like faded out a little bit more. Like it's very strong sun rays coming through here. That could be like a little bit taken back towards the bottom again. But yeah, no, good stuff. Next up, Dilo here with Romaleosaurus coming towards the camera. I think proportions wise that looks pretty good. Like the head, the eyes could maybe go slightly more forward. Nostril position good. Flipper length works fine. I would make them slightly more shark-like, a little bit more constricted at the base, maybe a little bit wider too. But also, I think the torso looks a little bit slim in the moment. Not like in terms of like how deep it is, but like how wide it is. That doesn't quite translate in the moment. And I know it's really hard to do. Might be partially based on where you have like the second pedal there, the second front pedal. It looks like it's attaching way too close to the other pedal. Like in theory, you can just cut that out and like move it a wool pedal width to the side, to the front, basically. And I
Like
think
maybe
then
like the back.
yeah, I think the back I would just keep that way, but that already like creates the illusion that the wool torso is way wider than it currently feels like.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Okay. Next up, we have Aberrantologist, which is a very chunky little guy. Very nice. I love the pattern. Nice. I think the neck could be slightly longer, but otherwise, yeah. Very cool indeed. Oh, Voxen still coming in here. With this very dynamic pose. Very cool. I'm not sure Ramaleosaurus would be that flexible in the neck. Plesiosaur necks appear to be, they're not like rigid, but they are also not super flexible. Like in the past, it was thought that they were a little bit like sauropods, like moving slowly and moving their neck around to pick up like all the different fishes that come their way. But the neck isn't mobile really enough to do that, and so you want to move fast to catch a fish. And like moving your neck around a lot creates lots of drag. So hard to do. Then again, this guy has like proportions that are a little bit more similar to like a sea lion, while still having the plesiosaur typical neck. So maybe they were a little bit more acrobatic underwater, although I doubt it would be like this. But it looks cool, I have to say. Very, very nicely done. Also, the lighting and stuff, the fish here racing towards the camera and so on. Very nice. Loving that pose. Okay, and oh my god, there's Enos. Kicks a bloody ball. What? Yeah, you just got here. What the fuck are you? What the fuck is it doing? It's just blobbing. It has such a big head. It looks like the most deadbeat dad I have ever seen.
He's watching the big game.
It's watching the big game. It clearly knows it way better than the players. I mean, this is the face of an expert. Oh, Costco doing updates. Yes. And, there we have Petite coming in with somewhat of a portrait of Ramaleosaurus going after not Plesiosaur, or Pterosaur. Is it, God, what's it called here? It's one of the coolest early Jurassic Plesiosaur. Again, Pterosaurs, I know. Parapsicephalus. Is it Parapsicephalus? I like these guys. They're fun. Very, very interesting head shape. There is one specimen of this genus in a private collection that is really nicely preserved. There's like 1 or 2 images floating around online. Unfortunately, private collection, however, the owner already said once it's an old guy, and I think they said like, okay, once I kick the bucket, this is supposed to go into a museum. So it's a little bit morbid, but in a few years we might have a much better idea of this genus than before.
Hi.
Yeah. I mean, that's how you make people wish for your death. That sounds horrible. Anyway, Ramaleosaurus. Everyone. Forget what I just said. Forget about it.
Huh?
Gosh,
You said something?
there's
Yeah.
another hand
Also,
raised.
Raven, how you doing? Oh wait, also we lost Dilo. No, we didn't lost Dilo. Dilo just slipped into his Vex costume.
Exactly. Hi. That is an excellent question. Well, I had no electricity in my office for a couple days
Oh
because
boy.
the bad outlet. Yeah, that was we had to scramble and find an electrician, and we found somebody on short notice, but suspiciously tattooed. But I was kind of glad that anybody showed up, honestly, to fix the problem.
Yeah.
Apparently, we have bad outlets from like the 1970s, which is when this house was built.
Oh.
And he was when he was inspecting the back of the outlet that was actually causing the brownout problem. It's done in a way it's called backstabbing. So when you do a proper outlet wiring, you have to go around, do a J hook with your wire around one of the screws on the side if it's a residential grade. But they do have a place on the back where you can just strip the wire down, and then just shove it into the back where it will be held in place and you can tug on it and it doesn't come out. But that's a very thin piece of metal holding that in place, and spring steel eventually over time with temperature and current being passed through it loses its springiness. So that's what's happening to my outlets, basically. So I have to go through one at a time and replace the outlets. So he replaced the problematic one. It also explains why a lot of them aren't grounded, because when they were building in the 70s, they just slapped shit together. Anyway, I could go on for hours. But we've got that problem on the run. I have new outlets. I'm going to put them in myself because that's not as scary as messing with a big, scary breaker box type thing, which is what I thought it was. The problem was. So other than that, we had a great day at doing sales at a market yesterday, and then I collapsed after having like an 8 a.m. appointment. So yeah, it's been busy. I have been super busy.
I saw photos of the stall. I think your husband posted them on Darren's server.
Oh yes, I forgot about that place. Yeah, we had somebody has shown up for the past 2 weeks, just like giddy with excitement that we were there because she is like a huge dinosaur nerd.
Nice.
So she came and she dropped quite a bit of cash yesterday on us. So we were like, come back anytime. We will talk your ear off.
Mm-hmm.
And I think her mom is glad that she has somebody to talk to about this. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. On the one hand, I'm hoping for stuff like that to happen at DinoCon with our stall. On the other hand, I hope it's not quite like that. So we are not running out of stuff like after a few hours, and then it's basically like, okay, what now?
Bring a sketchbook and a Sharpie marker and just bang out sketches.
Oh no! That will be part anyway. You will be able to like purchase part of my time on site. Like you want something to get done in like 10 minutes, 20 minutes, a half an hour. And then tell me what you want to see, and I produce stuff on the side. That's why we also there with like 3 people. So the rest can look at talks or man the stall and stuff. So we get the full DinoCon experience. But that has been enough of money. Let's look at our last subject for tonight, Utaurora, which is one of the very, very few opabinids we have out there. It's a funny little guy. Opabinia is a much better
little
known
guy.
A very, very little guy, like not even 5 centimeters long. It do be tiny. And it was published just a few years back, 2022. Yeah. And it's been long time since we got anything from this clade. I think there's only one other potential opabinid out there. Oh no, there's 2 actually. One other for sure, and then yet another guy with question mark in the moment. But yeah, they are still somewhat mysterious. I know thanks to Prehistorica, there's also like debates about like how exactly the anatomy work, because all of these fossils, of course, are like squished completely flat. So how you want to interpret them can be a little bit subjective. I would at least say that it's subjective, like other people would probably say, no, it's clearly like this, and yeah. As mentioned, similar to Opabinia, in cross section the body would be round. There would be like swimmy flaps to the side for swimming. There would be probably similar to what you see in Petite. That is not helpful. There would be like stumpy little legs under the body, similar to what you see in Opabinia. Most likely see in Opabinia, because that feature too is like debated. And you would have like fins on the back here, probably like for helping with steering and stuff. The guy would have like several eyes, probably like similar to Opabinia again, like 5. It's a little bit hard to say. The fossil isn't that well preserved in that area. Like parts of the head are missing. There also appears to be a proboscis, like similar to Opabinia, but then again, we don't know how it looked at the end. That part is missing. So yeah, you can go a little bit wild with that stuff, honestly. We don't know certain parts of the anatomy of this guy. Feel free to fill in the gaps with Opabinia, or do stuff that could be also plausible for Opabinids in general, and that are not in Opabinia. Yip. I think I make this a very dark piece. Let's have a quick look at the other Opabinids here, if there is some clues.
Also, Petite is saying, please don't make the proboscis a mouth. The mouth in Opabinia is behind.
The mouse is sitting like under the hat, and the proboscis is just there for grabbing shit. There's also another Opabinid here from Wales, Miridurum. Probably is pronounced completely different, but I wouldn't know. That is very interesting. It is looking like this is one interpretation, and as you can see, it has a quite different anatomy, and that is also something you can use to fill in gaps. Like there could be like little tubercles or like little spines coming off the proboscis. There could be like kind of like head shield to the animal. We don't have that preserved, and there's even like several interpretations of this fossil. It's interesting stuff. Oh, we have new Lemuria stuff. Is it deep or shallow water animal? I think this is pretty deep. Is Utara also from... Where's it from again? Oh, true, it was from Utah. What was it? It was a Burgess Shale-like locality.
Wheeler Formation.
Yeah, that was it. God, I don't remember anything about the environment here. This is stuff here. This is Chinese. Why is one of the sources on the Wikipedia page a New York Times article? Are you shitting me? Turbatites, mudslides. Yeah, that looks similar. It's there's like oftentimes we talked about this in our Burgess Shale formation stream. the term like Burgess Shale locality, type locality is like thrown around quite a bit, but we don't even really know what that means. So it has a similar preservation to that. Might mean it is a similar environment, which would mean it probably relatively deep. We also have similar taxa from here, like Vivaxia, Hallucigenia, and stuff. But yeah. Oh, Stanley Karras is from here too. Yeah. A lot of taxa. It has a Wikipedia page. But I would suspect to be razor deep. Captain Tululu, we cannot really tell based on the anatomy. As said, like when you look at the fossil, there is maybe an eye preserved, maybe the mouse, but it has question marks. We don't really know how the eyes looked like, how many there were, and what their organization was. Yeah, Ultra confirm here deep. Okay. The pseudo eye on like what is usually put by certain artists on these animals is, to my knowledge, more a meme than anything else. Could have been, but I don't think we have evidence for that, to my knowledge. And at least in this case, we certainly cannot tell. Oh, who tagged me again? People keep tagging me. Zomba's trying to distract me. Anyway, Utaroa. Let's do it. At least somewhat. We'll see where we end up. I'm curious to see what interpretations people come up with. Oh, yeah, something that should be mentioned here. I have this here on stream too. This is a cross-section, a rough cross-section of the animal. As mentioned, there might be these little stumpy legs. But there are these cetal blades over the body. In Opabinia, they extend much more onto the flippers or the something on the side of the body. In Utaroa, they are like over the back and like go onto the base of the flippers. You can also see them partially in here. Should also be mentioned, these guys are not arthropods, and as such, their body is not segmented. So don't give them segments. There would be like creases, let's say. There would be like a certain separation of body parts, but it wouldn't be segmented. I'm not sure how to best phrase it, but don't make it look like an insect. Or crustacean. Nah, Avi, I know you can do it. I can also do it if I find my stylus. Where did it go? Oh, there. Why did it put it on my bed? My mind works in mysterious ways. Oh, the brain is truly a mysterium to still unravel. Let us start with Utaroa in 1, 2, 3, go.
Humble.
Sometimes I'll just find my stylus in like a different room. I'm just like, why did I put that there?
Mm-hmm. Maybe it was a velvet worm. Don't know. Let me actually start. This fossil looks like a cave painting.
Yep.
Scary.
So these, pardon me, these lanceolate blades would go all the way down the body, correct?
Yes. Yes.
Are they small individual blades or just like a long line of the single blade?
You can basically just like filaments going over the back. 13 minutes. Mm-hmm. 9 minutes, 50 seconds. Oh, I shouldn't. Gave it too much ice. Seven minutes. Let's put some blur on this. Too much uncertainties. Yeah, true, Petite. They are segmented, but not like arthropods. I just don't like calling it segmented because I think that's quickly letting people slip into arthropod-like segmentation.
Yeah, because when people think of segments, they think of like a tegument on like a bug or whatever, instead of like,
Yeah.
oh, it's just like kind of divided.
Yeah. Four minutes. 2 minutes 30 seconds. Oh, I also just remembered. Apparently, we are now, as a server, boosted to level 3, which gives us a ton of extra sticker slots. I have no idea yet what to do with them.
Hmm.
We simply make it all Lemuria.
Maybe so.
Maybe we should.
Speaking of, I'm gonna try to find more sandfly stuff.
20 seconds. And time's up. Yippee. Not super happy with this one.
It happens.
It happens indeed. Also, apparently forgot to post the Romaleosaurus earlier in Stream Gallery. Ba-da-ba-da.
Let's take a look.
Apparently, you can get prints on Redbubble with Trans Pride Utaroa
That's
By-
awesome.
by Nocturnal Sea. Doop 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 doop. Boop, doop, boop, doop, boop. Ah, hi, Pigeon Hunter.
I took a very easy cop out with this thing.
Doop, 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 doo. Okay, let's have a look what funky little critters people have drawn. Shoop. Chat increase. Okay, let's see. Raven, starting off. Wait, no, Vex was before that. A blurry shadow in the dark, whooshing by. Very
What's that?
good, very good. Nice, nice. After that, a little bit more clear. This one by Raven with 3 eyes this time around. I mean, I can see it. We have nothing to suggest the opposite. So, nice, nice. Yep, yep, yep. Fun stuff, fun stuff. Road from Hell. With this little guy here, 5 eye stalks in this case. Once again, yes, nice, nice. I would make the flaps a little bit more distinct, maybe on the body here. It appears they have like around 15 of them. They are numbered in the fossil. Next up, Velociraptor. Also, I would give them a few more flaps, so they appear to have more of them. And at least if they had a proboscis similar to Opabinia, the grabby bit at the end of the proboscis would be like sideways, oriented a little bit different. I quite like the cyan stripe here on the side. Nice stuff. And we have Vexosaurus. Oh my god, it's not a sculpture. But Utaroa here looks like it's falling from a rock. But it's underwater, so it should be fine. I very like the coloration here. You gave it the very bright red and then the muted grays on the back and the light head. It's a nice combination. Then Rosy Wing with this fun little interaction here. Very cool with it going after another arthropod here. Battle of the excessively long appendages. Nice, nice. The fins look a little weird here. It's hard to describe. Because they're all upturned. I don't think they would do that necessarily. And what you usually see is this undulating locomotion going on, which I think is pretty likely considering how many of these they have. I mean, it's also possible that they we're doing a rowing motion with all of them like flapping at the same time in the same rhythm, but I think that is unlikely. But yeah, like the composition. Cool stuff. Look at that, Avi. You did it. Very cool. I like the inclusion of the little spines there and stuff. You can see the little legs and the sponges and stuff in the background. Very cool. Lovely. I think you might have given it few too many. I'm not quite sure. Let's actually count quickly. Maybe slightly too many fins, but just a tiny bit. But yeah, no, looks very fun. Lovely piece indeed. Ultraruser coming in with another guy. Quite like the little grabber you gave, a little bit more robust than what you see in Opabinia. Very cool beans. Good stuff. Then Costco, again, going with a very forced perspective here. Very fun. Undertingus. I think you could have made the flaps here quite a bit more prominent. They look very thin. I know you want to go like for like a perspective thing going on here, but even from this perspective, you would see more of their width. And as said, like there's around 15 of them, so you can do quite a bit with them. And if there's this animal is like doing locomotion, you would have like a wavy look underlighting thing going on in here. So yeah, something to keep in mind. Also, as mentioned, these guys, yes, are not segmented like arthropods, but they would have a certain segmentation going on. So you would have likely these circular wrinkles basically all through the body, also on the proboscis, as we see it in Oparbenia, for example. Yep. Okay, next up, Captain Trululu with this funny little guy. Very nice. I see you were very much taking advantage of Prehistorica's reference sheets there of Oparbenia. Yeah, looking good, like the colors. And there is not Prehistorica, Aberrantologist, with this very interesting interpretation with 2 or 3 eyes. Maybe there's one out of frame. Really cool. Love the coloration and stuff. It looks so stupid. Excellent. Sure, yeah. On the texture that is for mobility. And there's a Honkshoe. So Honkshoe by Avi, as it should be. Excellent. Look at Honkshoeing little guy. So sweet. And there is finally and there's Ines also coming in. Very cool interpretation by Petite. Eyeless this time around, instead with like a little head shield. And actually walking on the bottom here. Very cool. Love the coloration too, like with the red body and like whitish appendages / proboscis end. Cool stuff. And there's Ines.
I'm a little suspicious.
Something about Ines is like a little off. I don't know. I can't quite put my hand on it though. It might be the eyes on the trilobite. Maybe. Very interesting. Oh my god, it is indeed very sus to look at, Vex. I cannot deny it anymore. Okay. That would have been all the critters for tonight. Let's have a quick look at the taxa we featured, and then end stream, and maybe have a little bit of Mecha Chameleon. Maybe. Possibly. We got a chameleon. Raven, are you familiar with the game yet?
Which game?
Mecha Chameleon.
No, I am not.
Do you know
It's
Prop
like-
Hunt?
Do I know what now?
Prop Hunt. It was a...
No.
Oh, okay. It's... You are a little vaguely human character. You're spawning first before like the finder comes in on a rather complex map, and you are basically completely colorless, and you are a very bland color, like light gray, and you're looking for a place to hide, but then you can paint yourself. And you have also color picker and stuff like that, so you can emulate what you look like. You can also change like how you like position yourself, and it's hide and seek. And then after like I think like 2 minutes or so, the finder spawns in and has to find everyone, and he has a paintball shotgun and has to get everyone with that.
That sounds very interesting. Also, Sci-Fi Pug has Sci-Fi Pug has a sketch that they did that's very cute.
Too late. But very nice nonetheless. Let me quickly increase chat again. Nice.
Little tube guy, I like it.
Little guy. Okay. Oh, I'm opening them one after another. Well, it doesn't matter. Okay, we started tonight with Paleoloxodon, the straight tusk elephant, or also known as European forest elephant. After that, Paleosaniva, the big lizard of Hell Creek and related stratigraphic units. Then Romaleosaurus, a big chunky early Jurassic plesiosaur, and last but not least, we had a look at one of the few opabinids we know of, Utaurora. Okay, this would be everything for it, guys. Thank you for being here, and see you potentially tomorrow for some more stream shenanigans. We don't know yet what we do. We'll see. We figured it out. But yeah, good night, everyone, and bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Hey.
Bye bye.